Hello, 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 my lovelies. How are we all doing today? Well, welcome to Deep Soul Tarot. For those who are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Kelly. For those who are with the tribe, thank you so much for tuning in. For those that don't know, this is Remy, my little assistant and my little mascot for Deep Soul Tarot. He's my assistant who is here to remind you to subscribe and join the tribe. Remy? And hit the bell icon for notifications. Welcome to Dingy Deep Soul Tarot. I'm just teasing, Like to have a little fun here is all. So, on a whim this morning, I just decided, this popped into my head. Spirit told me, I want you to do these, so here I am. Excuse me, I need to straighten up a little over here. It's driving me nutsies. I'm doing something called What's the Cue? Now, what popped into my head this morning was Spirit told me that from time to time, Spirit will give me these messages about certain energies or things that are on people's mind. So What's the Cue stands for What's the Question? And so right now the question and what's on people's minds is very obviously the quarantine, shelter-in-place, lockdown, pandemic thing. And although I do not want to focus on that too much in my readings or in general, because I feel like it's, I don't know, it's being, not that it's not being focused on, because I know it's something important, but I'm almost feeling like people are taking advantage of that and using it to their advantage. I just got a message from Spirit, said that people need some sort of a message, so here I am. And I've been called to use my old Rider-Waite deck, which I haven't really been using, and which was like, whoa, my first deck that I ever got when I started really doing my tarot readings. Excuse me, dropped one. We have the Knight of Swords, wasn't ready yet, but the Knight of Swords in reverse. So you know what I'm hearing with that, people? Slow down. The Knight of Swords is moving forward in a haphazard fashion. Slow it down. Slow down the pace a little bit. Bottom of the deck. Five of Pentacles. The feeling of being left out in the cold. Maybe you're feeling a little isolated because you can't be with your peeps. You know, your family, your friends, whatever the case may be. Well, anyways, so, these will be kind of probably random videos that, we'll see. Whatever Spirit wants. I mean, I just got that message. So I'm going to do a What's the Cue? What's the question? Well, the question right now is what's happening with the energy, with the pandemic, and what Spirit can tell us all. All right? So, this will be kind of a freestyle thing. So let me cut the deck. We'll get rolling here. So, this will be a general read. So it may not resonate with all of you. I mean, some of you may be going through whatever comes up in the readings. Some of you may not. Maybe some of this has already happened. Maybe it's happening now. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. Time is an illusion. Energy is fluid. So these are timeless, basically. I will put the date that I'm recording, or when I upload it. That's when the date will be. I don't know if I'll be able to get it out tonight, but definitely for tomorrow. But these are timeless. So if you happen to watch this even past the pandemic, maybe this is something you're going through in your life. This, whenever you're guided to watch it, whenever you see it and click on it, is most likely when you're guided to watch it, and very likely that there's a message in there for you. And if it does end up resonating, then that was the message for you at that time, whenever you view it, okay? At the time I am recording, we are going through the pandemic, but, it's just the energies. So it's all about the energies, not the timeline. So, let's see what Spirit has to say here. Well. These just flew to Kingdom Come over there, and they did fly upside down. Yes. I'm going to read them as if they were upright, and then we will deal with them in reverse. Because basically what, I'll read it upright, and then I'll read it as the way it came up. So you have the Queen of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. So bottom of the deck energy here? Wait. Well, the bottom of the deck energy I'm just going to touch on, and I'll continue with this. The King of Wands. Hold on. Now, let me just... You have two queens here. You have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. If you look at the two in the way it's depicted here, it's the Queen of Swords is looking directly at the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't even notice. Looking at what's important to her. Not paying any attention to what is surrounding her. And when I say he or she, it has to do with only masculine or feminine energies, which is in the cards. Queens are very much feminine energy. Has nothing to do with your physical gender, just to make sure that's clear. All right? We both have feminine and masculine energy within us. We usually resonate with one more than the other, regardless of our gender. Just to make that clear here. But so she has nothing to do with your physical gender. You could be a male or a female out there. This is just energy here. The Queen of Pentacles is focused very much and knows exactly what she wants. But the Queen of Swords, knows what she wants too. They're more a mature energy as opposed to the Page and the Knight or Princess, however it's depicted in a tarot. The Queen and King of the particular suits are much more mature than say the Page or the Knight or the Princess, again, however it's depicted. And then you have the masculine energy over here, the King of Wands. The Ace of Cups up here is about self-love and some sort of loss. Not sure what that's referring to just yet. I do not feel any energy. The King of Wands is also an energy of knowing exactly what he wants and knowing how to get it. So what I'm hearing is that for specifically for some of you, may not be all of you, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For at this point, so far in the reading, the message is you know exactly what you want. You're just trying to figure out how to get it. Right? The Queen of Pentacles is very patient and focused on what she wants. The Queen of Swords knows what she wants, but she cuts things out of her life. Like, she's the Ice Queen. There's no emotion involved. Queen of Pentacles is a little more emotional, and so is the King. The King has a lot of passion and emotion. There's a lot going on here. Thoughts, trying to stay grounded, and a passion to get what you want or to move forward. And that's when I'm hearing the Five of Swords is coming in. I'm almost hearing with the Five of Swords, it's almost a rebellious energy. I know what I want, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. All right. We're going to put these back up here. Because, again, the Queen of Swords... Oh, let me pull it back down. The Queen of Swords is looking at... We're going to move the King over just a minute. Excuse me, Kingy. You just move on over there for a minute. So there's a lot of emotion here. But the Queen of Swords does not make decisions based on any emotion. Okay? So it's not saying that the Queen of Swords doesn't have emotion. She just doesn't let that influence her decisions. She will cut out what is not working for her. I'm almost hearing that because the Five of Swords is almost kind of like a little bit of an arrogant attitude. Thinking you've won the battle when really the battle, no matter what the cost of who you have to hurt. I'm hearing almost selfish energy here. I'm going to do what I want and do what's best for me. And this is all about me. I'm not going to even think about other people. Which is a little bit harsh. Yes. I'm just saying. That's the energy here. And the Queen of Pentacles over here is not even looking at that. Focusing on exactly what she wants. And the King of Wands over here is being more of a... The King of Wands is very influential. And people will do things for the King of Wands just because he's so charismatic. And, it's a likable energy. But sometimes the King of Wands, if he's in a low vibration or some sort of a shadow work, can almost be manipulative in some ways. Let's continue on and see if we can get any more messages. We're putting the King of Wands back in. If he reemerges, we'll know that he's a big part of this reading. All right. Oh, God, cards are flipping all over the place. Oh, there's a lot of cards here. Spirit says that's going to be enough. Four of Wands. Oh, we're going to... But these are in reverse. I'm sorry, I forgot. These were all in reverse. So we're going to flip these around because they did come up in reverse. So let me pause on this one for a minute. I'm going to put it over here. So... with the Queen of Swords, okay, in reverse, I'm hearing that at first you were a little selfish about this whole process. Okay? Like I said, with the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a self-love, and it's not a selfish self-love, but with the Queen of Swords, it can be. It's almost as if you've had a change of heart. At first, it was all about taking care of yourself, maybe your family, if you have a significant other and or children. Taking care of you. It started off that way, where when this pandemic started, it was almost like, or whatever it is you're going through, it was kind of like a selfish energy. That wasn't making you feel very good. You got to the point where it's like, I really don't like what I have become through... I mean, this pandemic has... I'm sorry, I didn't finish my thought, but you don't like what you've become through this pandemic process, what's happened. And it's really transformed people, where the worst parts of people that probably never might have come out, have come out. Hoarding toilet paper, being selfish, and of course a lot of us are in mandatory lockdown, so we can't have contact with other people. I live in a house where they are very much about helping the homeless. Okay, so and they go out and do showers. It was 4 times a week. The one day wasn't very busy, so they shaved it back to 3 again. But we all had a discussion, and they, what do we feel about them going out and being in contact with a homeless, which is a bit risky, yes. But I'm not going to get into details right now. At some point I will tell my story, but I've been there. I have been there, where showering was a huge deal, for me at least. And for a lot of homeless people, it's like, especially now, a lot of the places are shut down and closed. They have nowhere to go now. There's no place for them to shower. A lot of places don't have food for them. And so they talked to us about how we felt about them still doing the showers and having contact with these people. And then, of course, we have things on the doors that say, wash your hands when you come in. We have a whole regimen of wiping down the doorknobs and everything in the house and disinfecting and blah, blah, blah on a regular basis. So we're doing our best, to keep it disinfected and what have you, and keep ourselves safe and healthy. But basically, they are continue doing what they're doing, because that's the whole point, is helping others. And it's like, yeah, it might be wise to not do that, but at the same time, people want to take showers. People want to stay clean. And so you almost have to say, I'm going to sacrifice just a little bit to help my fellow person, fellow human. I was going to say fellow man, but fellow human. And I don't know, you can't, in my opinion, you can't just shut people off completely. People still need, those without still need food. Those without still need a shower. So we all agreed that they would continue doing the showers, and try to take precautions to stay, as healthy as you possibly can. But that's what I'm saying. So I think you've had a change of heart. In the beginning, you were probably more guarded and a little bit more keeping to yourself and not wanting to have contact with other people. And it's still a serious issue, but I think you've changed your way of thinking, that it's not just all about me. It's become sort of a humanitarian effort to help other people who may not have And it could just be something simple as your neighbor or something, you know, bringing your neighbor some soup or something. I don't know. The Empress here is nurturing. You've taken a more nurturing, again, regardless if you are male or female. Okay? I'm going to put the Empress on the top here. Okay? Dude, I haven't eaten. I'm very, very, very dizzy, very hungry. Okay. Now, the cards this big blob of cards that came out. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is I'm very much sorry. I was trying to get the energy here. Very much. I'm trying to hear if it's saying because you have the Knight of Swords after that too. So I was trying to get the energy between the two cards. It's like you were deceiving yourself somehow. Deceiving yourself that if you went out in spite of the warnings, some of you are not on mandatory lockdown, okay? So I'm on the West Coast, I'm in California, where it's mandatory, and they keep sending us, I mean, it's now extended to May 3rd, and so who knows when it will end. I mean, schools are shut down, everything's closed, everyone's lost their jobs, a lot of people, I mean, a good number of people, all my roommates that had jobs, so people are trying to have to scramble and readjust and try to do this the best way that we can. Very difficult. Not an easy feat. And I'm hearing that you almost feel that if you didn't take the energy of quarantining yourself, even if it wasn't mandatory, that you were being too much of a risk taker, putting your family and friends at risk, what have you. That's what I'm hearing here. But it was almost like deceiving yourself, where you were just almost paralyzed. I hear that you were almost paralyzed in a way. The Knight of Swords is very much an energy of moving forward no matter what the cost. You know, no matter what the storms, no matter what the cost. And I'm almost hearing like, at first you put your life on hold. And again, whether you are under mandatory lockdown or quarantining yourselves from people, not going out unless you really have to, which is fine. Even if it's not mandatory, that's a safe way to be. But I'm hearing that you were almost not willing to go out at all. It's like you stopped your life completely. And of course, it's been a while now. So, I'm almost hearing with this Knight of Swords that it's almost like, not rebellious, but a sense of, you know what, I'm not going to stop living. I'm going to do the best that I can with what I can do, whether it's mandatory or not, and I'm still going to live my life. I'm not going to isolate so much and be so paranoid about it that I'm not living at all. Because I'm hearing that some of you may have taken it to a whole different extreme, where you just stopped doing everything, cutting everything out of your life. And it was like you had no regard for your own mental health. Not just physical health, but mental health. And your mind went to a whole different place. And it was stressing you out. Stressing you out and causing you to almost neglect yourself in a way. I'm afraid to go out and buy food. Maybe you're going without food or whatever. So I'm just hearing that you were deceiving yourself in that sense, that you've now come to a realization that you don't have to be as paranoid. Cautious and paranoid are two different things. Being cautious and safe, being mindful of everything, and I hate that word, but being mindful is one thing. And I'm hearing that you may have even, you're a spiritual person, and you've even, that's the Hierophant, if you didn't see it, if I flashed it too fast, that you are even seeking out whomever your higher power may be, if you believe in a higher power, and seeking out some sort of maybe you're praying or just speaking to the universe, to spirit, and saying, please help me, spirit, to bring some peace into my life and maybe to others. And in doing so, because if you have family, maybe you were stressing your family out. So maybe you were causing, or your person, your significant other, maybe you were stressing that person out. Because after that, you have the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, which tells me that you have worked on calming that down, which is now, has taught you and almost brought you into a place where you're content to be home now with your family, with your significant other, and even if you're on your own. You've learned to balance out your alone time, that you still go out now and can get the things that you need. You're not out haphazardly spending excess time, but you go to the grocery store, or you go to the drugstore if you need something, or whatever, cleaning supplies, whatever it is you need, you are willing now to step out and deal with that. And there's the World card. The World card is just the end of a cycle. And it's like, this is like a personal cycle, that you have learned something very valuable here about yourself and about people in general. Okay? You can still go about your business and stay 6 feet apart. For example, my friend and I went to the vet yesterday for we have a senior dog. Excuse me, I need something to drink. He needed medication. We were worried about him because he's like 15, I think she said. And he wasn't walking very well, and they thought he had some really serious health problems. Well, it turns out he was okay. They had given him a medication that helped with his pain. He's a whole different dog now. He's got spring in his step now. So we had to go out yesterday to get his refill of pain medications that he needed. And the way the vets do it now is you pull up into the parking lot, you call them or text them, however she contacted them. I think she called and said, I'm here to pick up, our dog's name is Coco, I'm here to pick up Coco's medication, and da-da-da. They came out with, there was a staff member who came out with a mask on and some gloves, had the medication for the dog. Luckily, she had cash and gave exact cash. So there wasn't, the person just came out, gave us the medication, she gave the money, and that was the end of the transaction. And, so that was kind of a necessary jaunt. But it's almost as if you can't stop living completely. So, there are precautions that you have to abide by and things you have to deal with, but you can't stop living. So basically the message here from Spirit is, don't stop living. Don't let this pandemic put you into a panic, paralyze you. It's a time to stop and pause in life. Unfortunately, there's some drastic things like losing jobs and what have you. And it's difficult. A lot of people are stir crazy right now. But it's just a time to pause, and you're going to have to find a way to accept that. And if that means meditating or praying, whatever it is, dear God, if you believe in God, I'm not going to get into my spiritual stance, but whomever, Spirit, my guardian angel, whomever you may speak to, help me through this. What can I do to help me? What can I do? Make me aware of what I can do to get through this. And in my opinion, by even clicking on this, for those of you who did, that you are looking for the answers from Spirit. This is from Spirit. I'm just the channel. And there you are. The anxiety and the anguish, I think it's giving you sleepless nights. Nightmares, and just stress beyond stress. The Six of Wands is to say here, you can be victorious in this. It all depends on perspective. It all depends on how you deal with it. And we all have to wait. Just wait and see what will happen. We have no control over it, right? We really have no control over this. So we just kind of have to take it with a grain of salt and do what we can. But it's, don't stop living. Do the things you never had time to do before. Try very hard to find the positive in this. It's very difficult, I know, but, and like I said, I don't know where this came from. I just woke up. That what's the cue came up into my head, and then I was like, well, what's that? What kind of a reading is that? And sorry, I have a hangnail, it's driving me nuts. Spirit said, what's the question? What's the energy? I have a message for you, for the people during this pandemic right now. I need you to go ahead and do a reading so I can give you the message through the cards. And I was like, okay. So here I am. And I had an interruption with my roommate, like I said, who came home. I was doing a reading. I was doing a twin flame reading. If any of you are on a twin flame journey, I just did the twin flame reading. That is out. That should come out before this one. It's done. I haven't edited it yet, but I don't know which one I'm going to edit first. So if it hasn't come out, it will be. But it's done. But I got interrupted because my roommate came home unexpectedly, and I got interrupted, so it's in 2 parts. All right, here we go. Let's get some clarification here, shall we? But anyway, so Spirit just said, I need you to get some of these messages out, so let's see how it goes. Hopefully people will click on and listen. Subscribe and join the tribe. You'll know when the next one comes out. If you have something to wonder about. All right. Let's just do the top row here. The Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, 5 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands here. And see what comes out in reverse. What comes out, Spirit? What messages do you have? Let's clarify that maybe a little bit more. All right. Moon. Let's touch on the moon. Ooh. With the High Priestess. For right now. On the bottom of the deck right now. I'll get a couple more cards. We'll see. So you're in the dark. We're all in the dark about this. But pay attention to your dreams and your subconscious. Eventually you will be illuminated. Eventually we will all have a better understanding of this. I'm still, from here and there, I don't pay too much attention, so I don't stress myself out or get too sucked up in it. But I do pay attention, because one of our roommates has been sick and has not been around for like dinner time, and we all eat dinner together and stuff, and I was like, holy crap, what if he does do showers, what if he got in contact with the COVID-19 and he's up there and he's quarantined himself because he hasn't come down at all. I've not seen him for days. He says he's fine though. So, but I'm online looking at symptoms and this and that. So you almost get into I wouldn't normally be paranoid like this. And in fact, at the beginning, I was just like, I thought they were making more of a big deal. Admittedly, I thought they were making more of a big deal than I thought they should. Now I'm thinking, well, I don't really know. So I don't want to get into that arrogant, thing. I'm doing my part, sheltering in place when I can. For the most part, I'm home most of the time. But the moon, we're in the dark about this, right? We can't see because we don't know really what's going to happen. From day to day, we really don't know, except that we're on quarantine. And a lot of us, it's mandatory. So, this is just a mystery. I'm hearing mystery because the High Priestess is very much about mystery. And eventually we will be illusioned, but who knows when that will be, Maybe things will become more clear as time goes on, but about the situation. Okay, we have 10 of Wands in reverse. Now, 10 of Wands upright is a burden. Reversed, what I'm hearing is for many of you, is absolutely 3 of Cups. You have found a way of kind of releasing the burden. Maybe not 100%, because it is in reverse. Releasing the burden, because upright, you are carrying this burden, but upright, it means you are now, it's the completion of the burden, and you're moving forward where the burden has, been lifted. Well, it's upside down, so it's not quite yet. This burden has not been quite eliminated, but in your own life, you have found ways to find the positive, if you will, and reason to celebrate, saying, well, you know what? There's these books that I've been wanting to read. They've been sitting on my shelf, and I just never have had the time because of whatever was going on in your life, work, whatever. And now it's like, you know what? Now I have the time. I'm just going to dig into those and read them. Or say it's a movie marathon, or maybe you like a certain series on like Netflix or something. Just whatever it is that you have not been able to do. It's almost as if you're now trying to find the positive. Okay, well, I'm stuck at home. I've been wanting to do that gardening project in my backyard. I have seeds, but I've never planted them. And you spend a weekend, like, I don't know where you're at. I mean, you're still snowing there, I don't know. Here in California, it's pretty nice. A little bit chilly, but pretty nice right now. But I mean, take that as it resonates. Whatever it is that you have not been able to do, because even if it's spending time with your significant other, maybe it's time with spending with your kids, I don't know. Again, you take that as it resonates. Okay, so let's do I'm going to move these out of the way for just a minute, so I can get some clarification for the, let's do the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Swords together very quickly. Okay. Five of Wands. Internal battles. But I'm hearing you created that yourself. It's again, with the illusion. I'm hearing that you were almost deceiving yourself with the illusion that your life had to be put on complete hold because of this. It's like your thoughts were just going through your head going, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be able to deal with this. And it was just thought after thought after thought after thought. And there's the anguish and the stress and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. You have two Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups. All right. You're letting your thoughts and your emotions push you forward into this crazy mindset. Okay? And it's not helping you at all. The Queen of Pentacles, calm down. See, oh, sorry. Speaking of calming down, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is now upright. Be patient. Just be patient. The Queen of Patience. The Queen of Patience. That's what she should be called. The Queen of Patience. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is very patient. And very, you know what? The Queen of Pentacles is very much about an energy. I'm hearing very specifically for some of you. Now is a good time to plan. Think about when this pandemic and this lockdown ends. Depending on what's going on in your life. But now is a good time to start planning. Where you can really think without any interruptions about where maybe you've thought about moving. Maybe you've thought about cleaning all the clutter out of your house. It's spring cleaning time. I mean, again, think of things that you weren't able to do. It's almost as if the Queen of Pentacles is saying, let's get all my ducks in a row. So when this happens, I mean, maybe you need to update your resume. Maybe you've lost your job, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for those who have. This is really sucky. I don't care. I know we're going to get a stimulus check, so to speak, I'm very grateful for that. But for a lot of people who have regular full-time jobs and now all of a sudden they're not working, yeah, you got the time off, but many people aren't getting paid. And bills are there, whether you're paying them now or not, or even if you have an extension to pay them, they're still there. It's a lot of worry and stress. The Queen of Pentacles, now's a good time, is saying that maybe take the time to, update your resume. Do that. Start sending them out to people. Eventually this will be lifted. You'll already have your resume in, and so you may be one of the people that they pick first. I'm just saying, again, take it as it resonates. You pick and choose. But the Queen of Pentacles, wow, and the Page of Pentacles. Patience. This is all about patience. The Page of Pentacles is very much about a lesson to be learned here. The Page of Pentacles, use this as a learning tool. Because the Page of Pentacles is... Oh, I'm not done. What am I doing? The Page of Pentacles is about learning a lesson. All right. Let's do the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups, and the World card. Let's see what we can get for that. All right. I'm not sure if those are tied in together. Okay, here's one for the... yes, the Hierophant and the Ace of Wands. I'm going to put that with the Hierophant because that one came out first. And then Knight of Swords, Fast and Furious. Okay. Not Fast and Furious. That's not my Fast and Furious card, but it's kind of the same. It's the Knight of Wands that's Fast and Furious. But the Knight of Swords is almost moving forward haphazardly. So the Hierophant, what Spirit is telling you right now, for those this resonates for, you have an idea in your mind of what you want to do. You want to do it now. Yes. Well, that's not possible. Most likely. I know some people are two people that I have known are moving online on YouTube. Not personally, but one person moved from Michigan to Florida. I just watched their video about they did that. And I know one of the readers who lives in New York he's moving. He won't say where, but I think it's out of the country. I think it's Puerto Rico. But this is kind of a rough time to be moving. But see, people are still living their lives and moving forward. You don't have to stop completely. So whatever ideas that you have, now is the time to start planning and putting those things into motion. Again, with the resume. Just because you aren't physically able to work does not mean that you can't be seeking out other options. If you do not know if your job's going to be in place, there's no harm in getting that resume together and sending it out. That's having an idea and putting it into action. And that's what Spirit is telling people. Take this time to plan your life. Maybe things that you weren't able to do. Don't be haphazard about it. You know, don't rush forward and do what you aren't able to do. But, you know, when the time comes, you'll be able to move forward. And here we go. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wow. And we'll get to the bottom of the deck in a minute. The Wheel of Fortune is very much about fate and learning a very valuable lesson. This is like the halfway point. So it's interesting. Find ways to be content and emotionally fulfilled in your life right now, whatever that may be. Alone, significant other, family, whatever your situation is, friends, roommates, you pick and choose. Find a way to find the joy in the time together, the happiness. Almost be childlike. Do things, sleep late, you know, or bake some cookies, eat some cookie dough. I don't know. Just you pick and choose. This was meant to happen this way. All right? And if you're watching this past the pandemic, then whatever's going on in your life, it was meant to happen this way. The Wheel of Fortune is very much about an energy, again, of fate and of a lesson to learn. This is like the halfway point. The wheel has come full circle, okay? And this is a point to start planning things to move forward even further in time, when the time is right. And that, my dear, is the end of a cycle. The world. The world has turned as the world turns. You know, it may feel like a soap opera right now, this pandemic, but as the world turns, but it's a completion of a cycle. And it's a new chapter. So when this is all over with, pandemic or whatever you're going on in your life, you're going to have a brand new cycle. Six of Pentacles is about give and take and balance. You know what's interesting, what I'm hearing here? Everyone who this resonates for, you've been giving a lot to your work and whatever, and now it's time to take back your life. Find ways to take back your life. Ace of Swords, brand new beginning with clarity. Really open your eyes and go, this is a perfect time to reassess your life. And this is what I really want to do. This is giving me the opportunity to plan what I really want to do. I've been doing this type of job, or I've been doing this, and I never had time to do this or this. And this is giving you opportunity to pick. It's like reclaiming your life. Now we have the Nine of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Wands. But this is it's the Six of Pentacles is about give and take. That the balance is not even, but the giving and the taking. And I think that with the Ace of Swords underneath, it's a chance for a brand new beginning with more clarity in your life. And you can now, it's like, I've been giving and giving to this job or these situations, and I'm not part of that now, but this is a chance to reclaim and give to myself in my life. Interesting. All right, Spirit. The Nine of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Three of Wands. And that came out right away. And there's another one. 2 cards. There's another one. All right. Oh, this is so beautiful. And now I see why. Now I see why Spirit had me do this. Queen of Wands. For y'all, it's very much a feminine energy, regardless, again, of your gender. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Get in touch with your power. Get in touch with your power. Reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. Moving away from rough waters to calm waters. Moving away from negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Moving away from doubt to a positive way of thinking, that the future is going to be okay. Moving forward with your thoughts. Calmly. Very calmly. And as you're doing this, you see how the person's moving in the boat? They're just kind of floating through the water, going with the flow of the water. And moving the stick a little at a time, and just flowing through the water towards your new life. Towards a new beginning. With death, something had to end. With death comes transformation. You're being transformed here. Spirit is giving everyone a chance to have transformation. And patience, my dear. Patience, my dears. Patience, my dears. You may have a lot of passion about something. You may be emotional. These are your thoughts that are flowing through your head. Go with the flow. Be patient. And there's Judgment. The Judgment card is right before the World card. This is card number 2020. You're going to have some sort of aha moment. through, and you may have already had it. Again, time is, is an illusion, and energy is fluid. Maybe you've already had that aha moment, and you're moving forward, and you've already started doing this. But for some people, maybe they're just now getting it and starting this. For some people, maybe you haven't gotten it yet, and you were called to watch this video, and now you can say, oh, aha. There's your aha moment. Maybe this reading was your aha moment. Whatever it is, it's a time of self-reflection. Okay? The Judgment card is a time of self-reflection. The Empress is nurturing, the Fool, brand new beginning, leaping forward, taking a chance. This is the time to take the chance on something that you were hesitant about. And this gives you the chance to think about it and plan and possibly go for it. It's all about free will. These are only to guide you and give you advice, not to tell you what to do, nor predict what will happen. This is guidance. You take it as it resonates, and you can implement this the way you want in your life. Okay? The message is for you to take and digest. Watch the video again if you need to. Revisit it if you have to as you're going along. That's okay. My videos are all in playlist. You can go back. I'll have What's the Cue. That will be the list, and you can just go back and say, there it is. But the Judgment card is very much about self-reflection. And there's the horn. The horn blows. That's the aha moment. It's a rebirth, if you will. And after that, that's card number 20. This is 21. That will be the end of the cycle. And you'll be starting anew. You have to go through that process, though, to... I'm not sure if I want to use these. I'm going to get you have to go through that process, though, in order to make a transformation. So you may still be going through this. So have no worry. This is a good time to do that. All right? And I totally understand why Spirit wanted me to do this particular reading. All right. One more Sacred Destiny card, and possibly the Enchanted Map card. We'll see what comes out. See what I feel at the end here. All right. Now, this is going to be a longie, but I kind of expected that, in a way. So, and if this does resonate and you liked it, What's the Cue? I'm going to be doing What's the Cue because when Spirit calls me to do it, I'm going to do it. But if you like it, I would love for you to smash that like button, especially if this resonates or has been helpful in any way. Please smash the like button. It gives me feedback, which I very much appreciate. Very, very much. And subscribe and join the tribe so you can get notifications of more What's the Cue, your zodiac sign readings, whatever comes up. You'll be notified of videos. You can pick and choose twin flame readings. You can pick and choose. As I always say, subscribe, join the tribe, and hit that bell notification so you're notified of videos. You never know when a video is meant for you and there's a message in there for you. Just sign it. And comment. I would love to hear from you. And share. Share if you'd like. Pleasure. You got pleasure. I love this card. I love this card very much because I see a lot of things in it. I see growth. I see beauty. The deer is very much a symbol of peace. There's the moon, which to me indicates intuition and going from being disillusioned possibly to illusioned or what was the word I used? Enlightened. Illusion to illuminated. That's what it was. Illusion to illuminated and enlightened. I'm sorry. I need some food. But you're on the right path. This is the path forward. You're on the right path. A step at a time, though. A step at a time. There's growth to be had. And eventually you will see the light. And you're going into a gateway of a whole new beginning. Everyone. This is for everyone. Love. Wow. Love. That's beautiful. It looks like Hawaii. Looks like Hawaii to me. I'm just hearing very specifically for y'all, you're going to love the life that you are moving towards as you move towards it and the freedom that you get from it. The freedom of this time and finding what you really love, your passion, is going to allow you to take the steps now to plan towards what exactly you want. I will get an enchanted map to close this out as a final advice, and I will read from the book for this. These have very short to the point messages, and I love these cards. This is one of the first Oracle decks. This is the one I used the most when I first started. The Enchanted Oracle. The Enchanted Map Oracle deck. By, who is this by? This is it right here. Colette Baron Reed, who does not do, she's not into the tarot or whatever anymore, but Wishing Well. Got the Wishing Well and Protecting Treasures, card number 39. And card number 48. Interesting. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. These are both 12s. And 12s turn into 3s. When I hear the number 3, I think of the mind, body, and spirit, or mind, body, and soul, which is the triskelion. I usually have this up in my readings, but I didn't put it up. I have a coaster. I'm Irish. It's a Celtic symbol, mind, body, and soul, the union of the mind, body, and soul, or mind, body, and spirit. And I'm hearing that this is a time for you to get in touch with those, your mind, body, and spirit. It's interesting that both cards turn into a 12, which turns into a 3. So, very specific message here. Let's do the bottom of the deck. Well, let's do the 48 first. I'll do 48 first, because that was your card. Wishing Well. Interesting. The Wishing Well, I believe, came out in the Twin Flame reading. Desire is a sacred impulse for life. Feel it, but let go of all attachment to ownership. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration. Have a turn page. And sensing that moment of truth when you feel when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. And that's why I stumbled over my words. I saw the aha. My eyes were going faster than my mouth was reading. And this is an aha moment for you all. Take this time to dig deep, because if you haven't, you're going to have an aha moment. It's all going to make sense why this happened, why you have this time, and where you need to go, and what you need. And that's I'm telling you, that's why Spirit had me do this message. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate, or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The Wishing Well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the Wishing Well. Then trust in Spirit. Prepare to be amazed. Spend some time alone. What are you really wishing for? Place that wish with the universe, with Spirit. And then drop it into the Wishing Well. Let Spirit guide you. And I do believe that's why Spirit had me do this reading. Because it was just weird. I woke up with that in my head. It's not like I've been thinking about doing other readings. It just popped into my head with the title and everything. What's the cue? And I was like, what does that mean? What's the cue? Spirit said, I have energies that I need you to talk about. What's the question? And right now the question is about quarantine, which is also a cue. So there you go. Protecting treasures. Protecting treasure, number 39. You are always protected and divinely directed. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level, you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound, no matter the fluctuations in the world. Hint, hint, pandemics. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. Granted, it may not be in person. You can text people, you can call. You're not cut off from the world completely. If you feel, even Skype, if you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. I'm going to repeat that. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. This is going to take a lot of courage for a lot of people, for a lot of you to take chances or get to a point where you can feel like, oh, everything's going to be okay. We're in a tough position right now, but we need to do that. And we need to kind of come together and share that with others. All right. I'm going to end this video so it doesn't take forever, because I will yammer on forever. But if this did resonate and it helped you in some way, which I hope it did, I really hope it did, subscribe, join the tribe, and do comment and hit the like button. Smash the like button, okay? I very much appreciate the feedback. And share, okay? All right, that's the message from Spirit. That's what the cue is right now. So if you have questions about the quarantine, this is the energy that Spirit wants you to know about. All right, the universe and Spirit wants you to know about. Subscribe, join the tribe, hit that bell icon so you can get further messages. Whatever you need. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all, subscribers and non-subscribers. But I hope you'll join the tribe and you'll come back. Peace out.